Good morning, high school orchestra. I hope you all are doing fine and we're getting through this one day at a time. Now, yesterday's video was all about sharp key signatures, and you probably guessed it. Today's going to be about, yes, flat key signatures. So just as a reminder, a sharp raises a note by a half step. A flat lowers a note by a half step. Again, the collection of sharps or flats that your key signature has will determine what key you are playing in. So yesterday we looked a lot at E major, D major, and G major. Today we're going to be looking at some flat keys. So I've drawn out, and maybe the color coordinating will help us a little bit more, I have drawn out treble clef, alto clef, and bass clef here with 3 flats. Now, as always, you're going to read in the lower circular part of the flat. That will tell you what line or space you're on. So, starting with treble clef, we have B flat, E flat, A flat. Alto clef, B flat, E flat, A flat. Bass clef, B flat, E flat, A flat. Okay? We have those 3 flats total. So let's write out those flats. Okay? B flat, E flat, A flat. Now, to figure out what key you are in and what scale you should use for a flat key signature, you will use what we call the penultimate flat, otherwise known as the second to last flat. So if A flat is the last flat in our key signature, the second to last flat is an E flat, This means that 3 flats is the key of E flat major. Let's review again. We have 3 flats in our key signature, B flat, E flat, and A flat. The rule for finding the flat key signature is to go back to the penultimate, the second to last flat. A flat is our last flat. Our second to last flat is E flat. 3 flats is the key of E flat major. Okay, so now we're going to write out our notes of our E flat major scale. First, let's begin with just the plain Jane 8 notes. We obviously know the first and last notes are E flats. We have E flat. After E is F. After F is G. Actually, I'm wondering if my little commas in between will make it a little more messy to read. E, F, G. Remember, there is no H. We go back to A, B, C, D, and then we end on E flat. So far, so good. Now what we need to do is add in our B flats, E flats, and A flats. So when I add, we have an A flat, B flat, and our E flats are written. So to play the scale, you would start with E flat, then F, G, A flat, B flat, C natural, D, and then ending on E flat. We're going to do the exact same thing again, this time with a different key signature. Erase some of this stuff. Oh. Okay. Draw a line. This time we'll be working with 4 flats. We'll be working with 4 flats. Also today, Tuesday the 31st, I will be sending out for you, what do you call it? A Google survey, and I would like to know what time of the day and week would work well for you for us to kind of have a group hang. B flat, E flat. Oops, I'm saying them out loud. Ah!
Here are the top search results.
Did anyone hear me say Google? I don't think so. Okay, weird. Nothing like being home alone and Google starts chatting with you. Hang in there. I'm sorry. I'm doing this all by hand. It's kind of dumb. but no clef left behind, right? Looking at you, viola players, alto clef. Okay, we have how many flats? Look at your given, not time sync. Dear Lord, treble clef, alto clef, bass clef. Look at your given clef for your instrument. How many flats do you see? Good, you see 4 flats. Sorry, this is going to seem really insulting and dull. I apologize, but we have too many people in this ensemble not understanding how to play and read key signatures. So my goal is for us to like get this kind of taken care of. So we have 4 flats. We have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. We're going to write those out. B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. What you're going to do is, now do you see how I figured out the order? The one closest to your clef, and then it kind of does like this zigzag. Regardless of whatever clef you're reading, no matter how many sharps, how many flats, you're going to see this sort of zigzag pattern that descends. Okay, so here we go. We have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Good. Who is the very last flat? Nice. D flat. D flat is our very, very last flat. Now remember, the rule with flats is we want the penultimate, the second to last flat. The second to last flat is A flat. The second to last flat is A flat. This means that you are in the key of, you got it, A flat major. So now what we're going to do is, again, we're going to write out our scale. So luckily, A flat's not too tricky. Why? We just write out the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. We know we're in the key of A flat major, so that means that we have to draw our flats. Who is our next flat? Our next flat is B flat. So we'll write out good old B flat. We have A, B flat, C, ooh, I remember D flat, don't you? D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat. So far, so good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you that there is one that does not work with this system. Now what? How many flats do you see? You see one flat, it is a B flat. But we don't have 2 flats. And oddly enough, with this rule for flats, we have to have 2 flats. So what do we do? The stupid, silly little trick I was taught when I was in middle school is, what does the word flat start for? I got 1 flat. It's a B flat, but this is not the key of B flat major, right? This is actually the key of F major. So I don't know why it's ingrained in my brain, and maybe it'll work for you too. If there's only 1 flat, there's only one flat, you're in the key of F major. Not F flat, just plain old F major. And the trick there is 1 flat. What does the word flat start with? F. Okay? So this would be F major. So let's write out our F major scale. We start on F. Again, not F flat, just plain old F. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now what we got to do, plug in our flats, or in this case, singular flat. So that would go, boom, right here. We have a B flat. What up? Done. Okay. Let's review with one last key signature. Should we get to have a spring orchestra concert? I sure hope we do. I'm going to show you a key signature you're going to see a lot. Okay, please look at your given clef. How many flats do you see? Good, you see 2 flats. What are the name of the flats? Nice, we have B flat and E flat. The rule still works here, though. Who is your last flat? E flat. Who are we looking for? The penultimate flat. B flat. This is your B flat major scale. 2 flats, B flat major scale. I know this probably seems redundant that I'm using multiple examples, but my goal is that we do it enough that it just, boom, it's in your head. You don't have to worry or think about it. So again, B flat, C, D, E, F, G, A, and ending on good old B flat. We plug in our flats. Obviously our B flat is already there. So who do we need? All we need is our lone E flat. Okay, and those are your flat key signatures. That's it. That is it. Not every day is going to be like this, where I have a dry erase board and I'm teaching you basics of music theory. Some days are going to be different. I started writing out some ideas. Tomorrow we're going to do a group listen to a tone poem, and I'll explain what a tone poem is. Again, my goal is to keep these all 15 minutes or less so that you can get through your day, and I hope that you are still engaged and hanging out with me. I will be also posting a link for that survey so I can find out a time for us all to get together, hang out, and go from there. I've also had the thought and idea of having, instead of a video, where you can go on YouTube and pause and watch whenever, or maybe not watch at all, maybe doing like a live stream teaching. Again, my goal would only be 15 minutes because I respect your time, and I know it's not nearly as engaging as being in person, having your friends there. I get it. I 100% get it. But I miss you, and I'm really struggling right now teaching through a screen and uploading to YouTube, and it like, it low-key hurts my feelings that I haven't heard from any of you since we didn't have school that Monday before spring break. More than half of you haven't turned in anything, and I feel like I'm losing connection with you, and that makes me super bummed. So even if you don't want to do this stuff, that's on you, but at least shoot me a message. I care about you. You are more than your participation in orchestra and your instrument. Like, I like you for the human being you are. So, hi, how are ya? Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye guys, hang in there. Happy Tuesday.